Happy New Year, everybody. I cannot believe we are in 2023. Blows my mind. But I'm so excited to come and talk to you guys tonight about a topic that I would not normally, I don't think, feel so excited about, but I've had such clarity around it over the last couple of weeks, such interesting conversations. And so it is just about what it looks like to create an electric vision for 2023. And I'll have you know, I held tonight's topic in my hand very loosely because I really wanted to be diligent and also obedient to what I felt led to share. So a little different probably than calls you normally will see or hear from me, but I think it's going to be very empowering because what I found in trying to do my work around vision was it was hard for me. It was hard for me. And I couldn't really figure out why it was so hard, but then I talked to other smart people and it was also hard for them. So then I felt better about things. So I'm going to share with you tonight some of the struggle that I had in trying to wrap my brain around vision for 2023. And then I have a very special treat for you guys. So everybody hold tight, but let me share my screen so that I can get myself together. All right. There are so many things happening on the screen right now. All right. So as I told you guys, we're going to talk about creating an electric vision. Electric feels good to me. It feels like a spark. It feels like exciting. It feels like you can't really come back to how things once were if you get some jolt of electricity, if there's some new energy breathed into you, into your vision. And so that is what I'm here for in 2023. I am looking for people who are kind of tired of playing around with their dreams, tired of playing around with their vision, and they are ready to make some things happen. Because I've been at that place in my business so many times where I just get sick and tired of being where I'm at. And I become hell-bent and determined to learn or grow or fail or whatever is needed to move to someplace different. So that's what I'm excited for this year. So my struggles, maybe your struggles too, in the regards of putting my brain around vision for the new year. So what hindered me to have big vision or dream big were these three things. And I'll tell you, one of the things I struggle with the most when it comes to vision is I tend to skip vision and go straight to goals. So I would like sit down and write down all my vision quotes and send it to Brittany. And basically it'd be like, okay, try again. Those are all goals. Those are all things you want to go achieve. And I'm like, right. That's right. She's like, wrong again. So I'd go back to the drawing board. Because I struggled so much with this, I even would like go and Google questions to ask myself to help me develop a vision. What makes vision different from goals? Like Brittany had a podcast. She talked about another training that she was working through. So, I mean, I really struggled with this. I created some questions for some of my team to answer, but when it came down to me personally answering, and I'm like, you know what, can I just quit Plexus instead of having to do this hard work? Because it was hard. It was like emotional and it just felt kind of hard. So here's what I found. The three things that hindered that for me was fear, lack of belief, and then being overwhelmed by the how. So when I say fear, it was almost like fear of just, do I got what it takes? That's not really lack of belief in myself. It's more like more so fear being, I'm going to do all of this and will it be worth it? That's basically the fear. That's the fear I've struggled with, you guys, from the very beginning. So I worked full time for almost the first 4 years of building this. And that would be my fear constantly was, can I get there? Meaning, can I get to the top? Will it be worth it when I arrive? Will I be doing all this for nothing? That was some fear that I really struggled with. And I mean, you guys, listen, if I had not been aware of the fear, number one, I would not have been able to go and receive perspective on the fear. So take time to become aware of what you're thinking and then be wise enough to go get some perspective on that. It's so funny. I will be talking to the people that I trust in this business about these things. And I mean, almost every time Brittany will say, Christina, that's fear. Christina, that's fear. And I'll be like, crap, again? Like, how many times does someone have to go through the same fear in order for it to not be there anymore? And the answer is forever, forever. The fear will always be there. It's just a matter of what you do with it when it arrives. Okay. Number 2, lack of belief. Lack of belief. Do I have what it takes? Can I do this? Am I good enough? Am I worthy? Why would someone follow me? I mean, just you guys know that fill in the blank. And then number 3 is overwhelmed by the how. It's great. I had this fantastic vision of how to become a bikini model, but how do I do that? Because I also love chocolate and cocktails. So how, right? And when you're thinking about the business, yeah, the vision of being a diamond sounds great, feels great, whatever, but how? How does one do that? I can't even figure out how to be a ruby. How can I be a diamond? So I'm going to talk about some truths to those, and then we'll get to our tree. Okay, so truth for fear. I love this verse. It says, let's not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. So fear, basically meaning, if this is proven to work. I don't have to have fear that this is not going to happen because it's proven. The compound effect of consistency. I just show up, do the things that I know will move the needle forward. I do it with a positive attitude and from a place of peace and purpose. And what I'm going to reap is going to be the reward of success here. Can I tell you the timeline? No, I can't tell you the timeline. I can tell you how to speed up the timeline. But I can very confidently tell you that if you will continue to do what is necessary here, if you will continue to do what will move the needle forward in your business here, if you will continue to focus on the things that the most successful people are saying focus on, you will be successful. So if you know that you're going to be successful, then the fear of, am I going to make it? Is it going to be worth it? All of that subsides. Because as long as people say all the time, I wish you could just guarantee me that I'll be a diamond, then I wouldn't worry about all of this. And I'm like, it's guaranteed. It's statistically proven. Statistically proven. So when you remember that, that fear subsides. Okay. Truth for lack of belief. Without counsel, plans fail, but with many advisors, they succeed. Here's why this stands out to me so much, because if this were all up to me, if I was supposed to be the one who knew everything, could figure everything out, had to be strong at everything and smart at everything and gifted at everything, surely I would have failed. But guys, look around. Look at the team you're on. Look at the leaders in place. Look at the leaders in our company. There are many people here who are pouring their knowledge, their wisdom, their past failures, pouring it out for you. So you have access to all kinds of knowledge. You have access to all kinds of systems. You have access to all kinds of encouragement and belief and perspective. It's not about you being good enough or you being worthy. It's about us all we're all in here together. We're all in this together. There's plenty to go around for everybody. There are people who would follow you. There are people who have chosen to follow people on my team this month that they could have chosen to follow me. And they didn't. They went and joined someone on my team. And you know what? Good. Because what is it? A rising tide lifts all ships. We're all in this together. It's not only on you. Okay. Truth for feeling overwhelmed by the how. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Stop worrying so much about steps 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And go work real hard on 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 pillars. You want to know how to be a diamond? Master recruiting, master retention, master duplication, and then master leadership, which is helping your people reach their goals. That's the how. If you can get to 6 points, you can get to 600 points. And if you can get to 600 points, you can get to 6,000 points. It's math. It's not mythical or mystical. It's math. And you can math. Okay, you can math. All right, last one. Let your eyes look directly forward and your gaze straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet and that all of your ways will be sure. Focus on what you can control. Focus on the fact that this is where you're headed. I saw a picture yesterday and it had 2 swimmers, okay? And I'm not a swimmer, but they were doing that like that, whatever that swim is, okay? And they're both in the water and they're like, one of them's like this, he's winning. He's like this, okay, in this position. The other one's like this, looking over at the other swimmer. Okay, he's looking over. Let your eyes look directly forward. Don't look to the left or to the right. Don't compare. Somebody's faster, somebody's stronger, somebody got there sooner, somebody looked better doing it. forward. Let your eyes be forward and straight. Ponder the path of your feet. What do you need to be focused on right now? What areas do you need to grow in? In what areas are you not being obedient in? That dream teamer keeps coming up in your brain. You keep being disobedient. Or you think, I'll reach out to her later. When I get to this level of success, then I'll do it. Guys, listen, truth. Delayed obedience is still disobedient. So ponder the path of your feet. What are you in control of? Okay. All right. So 3 questions that you can ask yourself. Oh, we're flying. Here's the 3 questions that I asked myself so that I could come up with my vision for the year. Number 1, what are your core values? You can go Google a list of core values and you can find a list of 50, you can find a list of 100, go through the whole list and find 5 or 6 that you can settle on, that you say, all right, these are me. Like Brittany said, these aren't just beliefs that you hold. These are beliefs that hold you, like values. What do you believe? Okay. Core values for me: leadership, security, success, achievement, growth, and faith. Those are the 6 out of all of mine. And I felt a little weird about putting achievement and success on there, but then I decided this is how God made me. So God made me to love to win. I'm going to embrace that, and I'm going to love to win. So however God made you, figure out what those core values are. Question number 2, what is the problem that your organization is addressing? This question right here, this is what brought so much clarity for me, because guess what problem my organization is addressing? It's not gut health. Okay. It's not gut health. I really love gut health, and I really like that people feel better. But here's what I said. The problem I'm looking to eliminate is the tendency for women to play small or settle in their lives. I'm eliminating the tendency to bury our dreams and become complacent with our lives. I just answered that question in my brain, wrote it down, 2 sentences. Okay, moved on to the next one. How would the world look if you eliminated the problem? My answer: the world would be full of women who were living wildly abundant lives with extreme amounts of time to give away freely. Women who go to sleep comforted, encouraged, and excited, even on Sunday nights. So I was an educator, and Sunday nights were hard because Sunday nights meant Mondays away, followed by Tuesdays away and Wednesdays away and Thursdays away and Fridays away. And if you enjoy working outside of the home, that's like good for you. Like I have 0 judgment. I deeply desired to be home. And so Sunday nights were tough, real tough. So for me, if I can have women who go to sleep encouraged, comforted, and excited, even on Sunday nights, it's a good world. It's a good world. If you work full time and this stream of income just gives you an additional abundant area in your life, and you still love your job on Sunday nights, good. I'm still winning. I'm still winning. You're still going to bed comforted, encouraged, and excited, and extra rich. And I'm good for that. Right? So these 3 questions, if I were to read to you my answers to these 3 questions, I have now crafted a vision for 2023. So I just encourage you, if you felt like that felt fuzzy, or if you looked at your stuff and tonight and you realized, oh my gosh, I gave goals and not vision, it's okay. Answer these questions from that place and you can create a vision statement. All right. So this is what I'm so excited about. I need to close this, I think. Maybe not. Hold on. Can I move this? Yeah. All right. So I'll come back. Okay. So I wanted tonight's call to really just be an infusion of belief for you guys, so that when you're looking at 2023, all of the past years not met goals, all of the things that you thought you would have achieved that you didn't, the things that you achieved that you thought would bring joy that didn't, anything that's in your brain that's hindering you from being excited about the new year, I wanted to erase that. I wanted to just do away with that. So I reached out to some really smart people and I said, hey, listen, record for me a 1-minute video of times that you've struggled in your business, times that you failed, times that things were hard, times when you went backwards. Can you tell us about that? Can you also tell us what you had to believe in order to overcome it? And then can you also share with us whether or not it's been worth it? So you will recognize a lot of these faces, but I hope that you will feel extremely excited about this. So here we go.
More.
Hold on, Robin. No, I gotta move it. Hold on, I start over. Okay.
All right, guys. Happy 2023. Sonia Dudley here. Wanted to tell you about a time when I really thought I was at my worst. And I was at my worst, but perception is everything. I was very, very sick. And I remember I lost all my hope and all my belief in a better future, a better situation, my dreams, my goals, my life, my business, pretty much everything. I was so, so sick, in the bed most of the time. And this was obviously pre-plexus, but I remember thinking, I've got two options. I can either quit on myself, or I have to believe that there's a bigger purpose for this. And I want to say to you that sometimes when you think you're at your worst, you're either quitting or you're creating your best life. And God is in the background creating your best life. I believe that. And so perspective is everything. Sometimes, as Les Brown says, when you're in the picture, you can't see the frame. So I want you to have hope and belief that this is going to be the best year you've ever had. Belief is everything, everything. I never had an option to quit. I wanted to quit. I didn't have an option to quit. You need not have an option to quit, because when you quit, you could be 1 minute away from your biggest blessing in life. So God bless. Have a super 2023. I love all of you.
Hey, you guys, how are you? Krista Deary here, just taking a quick moment to reflect on a season of my business where I saw mindset and belief turn things around in a really powerful way. I was coming out of several months of discouragement. Our team had tried to make a run for Emerald that July several years ago, and tried to do it in July to qualify for Hawaii. Missed it miserably, learned valuable lessons, but the timing was way off. And then the next few months, we were going backwards in our points, and just navigating how much that had affected my belief, my confidence as a leader, even my ability to really, could I believe that we really would be an Emerald team? Could I truly do it? Did I have what it would take? And coming into October, something really began to shift. And I made a daily habit of, it's probably called visualization. Can you say the word, Krista? Visualization. I didn't call it anything. I just was doing it. I was choosing every day to take time before I would dive into my IPAs or my training a day or reading every day, those daily habits for building my business. I added a habit that I would do at the very beginning, where I would choose to envision the moment I would see 1,500 points on my dashboard. In fact, I even asked a friend to send me a screenshot of hers so I could have it to see firsthand. But I didn't just think about it. I didn't just picture it in my mind. I let myself feel the emotions as if it was happening that very moment. I let myself cry the tears. This was daily that I would feel that moment of what was it going to be like when we saw 1,500 points hit the back office. What was it going to be like when we got our Lexus and I drove that off the lot? What would it be like the moment those keys were put in my hands? I was making a daily habit of visualizing these breakthrough moments and the celebrations that would follow and allowing myself to feel them. That is risky because you can be tempted to oh, don't get your hopes up because what if it doesn't happen? It does feel risky, but y'all, it is so worth it. I have carried that habit into many parts of my life. I think of even overcoming the fear of public speaking. I would choose to picture it going well. I would envision what would my posture be? Would I move across the stage or stand still? Would I just shake and be timid? Or would I choose to visualize getting up there with poise and confidence and speaking clearly and remembering to smile? I would walk through that in my mind and envision it and feel it and overcome first in mindset and in belief before seeing it happen with my eyes. So take that with you as we launch into an exciting new year, and know that I love you dearly.
Hey there, Robin Sullivan here, Diamond Senior Ruby Ambassador of Plexus. I wanted to hop in here really quickly and share with you guys a time that was really tough in my business, how I overcame it, and why I'm glad I didn't give up. So really quickly, I was reaching for the rank of Emerald in July of 2015. I knew that it was going to be a stretch. It's a very big stretch goal. But a lot of my sidelines were pushing for Emerald as well. A lot of ladies who had started Plexus around the same time I did in 2013. And I went for it. And we were in momentum and I was really excited. I was hoping and praying. I was working like it depended on me, praying like it depended on him. And at the end of July 31st at 11 p.m., I was several hundred points shy. I did not reach the rank of Emerald, which meant that I missed the Hawaii trip that year. And I was devastated. I was really sad because every single one of my other sidelines did hit the rank of Emerald, and they all were just, excited about heading to Hawaii that year. It was Kona, Hawaii. That was our first year going to Kona. No, it was Maui. It was not Kona. And I was super bummed, but I was like, there's always next year. And so I took a day or two to regroup, recollect, all the blessings that had been given to me in my business as it relates to new business builders, people who had belief in the opportunity, people who were ready to run. And August 1st, the end of the day, I decided I was going to run again for the rank of Emerald. And by the end, August 31st, the end of that night, 11 p.m., I had hit the rank of Emerald. So while I missed the rank of getting to Hawaii and I missed that deadline by 30 days, it still was very much so worth it. Because at that point is when it really infused a level of belief into the members of my team who were with me at that time. They realized that it was possible. They realized the power of not giving up and persevering and not quitting on a bad day. So I hope that this encourages you. This business is a business of highs and lows, ebbs and flows. And so you just got to stay the course. And when you have slower seasons, embrace that time because that's a blessing as well, because it gives you an opportunity to reflect more and dig deeper into personal growth. So you guys have a good one. Thanks for letting me share, Christina.
Hey friends, Rebecca Fulks, and I am super excited to just pour into y'all for just a minute, because when Christina messaged me and she said, have you ever had times where you were just down in your business, or you had missed a goal or missed something that you were working toward and something went wrong? Can you kind of tell about that? And I've been doing this for almost 10 years. So my story is riddled with examples like that. But what I wanted to touch on that honestly has been a bigger issue for me over the years is the little dull ache in the back of my head with the little voices, the little foxes, if you will, that come in and try to tell you different lies. I call it little glitches. I'm like, I'm having a little glitch. And it could be saying things like, I've tapped out, I've peaked, I'll never be able to do it like so-and-so, that I'm not smart enough to be able to get to the next level in my business or to be able to help different people. Just the little voices in the back of my head that are just out there to kill and destroy is what it feels like. And I wanted to just encourage you with a verse that came to mind when I was thinking about that today. And that is, it's in James, and it says, to not just be hearers of the word, but to be doers, lest you deceive yourself. And that's a scripture verse. It's not in scripture, but the thing about truth is, if it's true over here, it's true over there. It's a universal truth. And so what I have found in getting over something that's been hard and getting over just a little in my business, to get over a voice that's in my head, is to be a doer, to be in activity, lest you deceive yourself. Because if you're just a hearer and you're just on these calls and you're just at the book club and you're just absorbing and hearing all the information, but you're not actually doing the things, you are going to deceive yourself that those little glitches, those little voices in your head are truth. And they are not. And it is going to rob you of so much good. And so it is a choice to overcome a bad day, a bad week, a bad month, a bad season in your business and say, you know what? if other people have done this in their business, so can I. If other people have seen success, so can I. And so I encourage you to have that confidence in yourself. You do have what it takes. You've heard all the things, you know what to do. Now go do it. Don't deceive yourself by just listening and not acting on what you know to be true. Because if other people have done it, if other people have seen success, you can too. There just needs to be a skill sharpening, and maybe some practice to get in there and do the things, and you can see the success too, because y'all, it is so worth it on every level. And I'm so glad that I have made the constant choice to, even though I'm still, whether you have 100 points, 10,000 points, 100,000 points, you still will have little voices. But then do you choose to go out and do instead of just sitting at home and letting yourself be deceived? I'm not going to, and I hope you won't either. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, friends. I'm in my closet, totally where I get peace these days. So I wanted to share with you about just hard times and getting through trials. And so a time in my business when I didn't hit a rank was actually at Sapphire. And my son had been recently diagnosed with lung cancer at 8 months old. And that was a trying time in my business where I had decisions to make as a Sapphire, y'all. And I was not maintaining rank. I didn't know that I could ever get to Diamond. I didn't believe in myself. But what I did end up doing was saying no. You know, if other people can do this, if I can watch my son get through this, I know that I'm strong enough to inspire others and to get through this as well. I know that through these hard times comes that perseverance, comes those dreams coming true. And I knew that through his trials, I wanted to help other people through their trials. And so through his hospital stays and his diagnosis are some of the times that I worked harder than I had ever worked up to that point. And through that diagnosis and that trying time came a blessing in my business to bless others. And it has been worth every second of those times. So I want to encourage you to keep going. You can do this. You are worth so much. So bye, friends.
To Diamond, I feel like it was a series of failures, a series of contests that I was like 3 orders away. One time Matt ended $14.99, you guys. He was literally one person away. After I hit Emerald, I went backwards for 8 months. After I hit Diamond, I went backwards in points for 1.5 years. Were those hard seasons? Yes. These are the things that I have had to wrestle with so often. Number one, your points are not you. Your points are not your worth. Number two, if you've gotten somewhere in the past, example, a number of points, you can get there again. Or if someone else has gotten there, you can also get there. What I would encourage you guys to do is to find amazing leaders in Plexus. And if they say read a book, read the book. If they do a training, watch the training, learn everything that you can. And the final question is it worth it? Is it worth it to plow through the failures and the hard times? You guys, I am standing on our property. We bought 2 acres. We have a transit sitting in our driveway. That was $45,000 that we paid cash for. A 4,500 square foot home. Yes, it's worth it. Yes, it's worth it. Absolutely keep going. You can hit your goals. You can do it.
Lee Roberts here. I have 1 minute to ignite some belief that maybe there's some doubt in your mind. Maybe it's the holidays and you're feeling that like a little bit of slowdown. Well, that's a choice. And I can think back to a choice that I had to make when I lost half of my team in the span of 3 months, which ended up looking like a $13,000 pay cut. It was devastating. I remember crying in my husband's lap. And it wasn't until he said the words to me, just quit, that I realized what I had in this business and in this opportunity and in this industry. And I was honestly mad at him for telling me to just quit, because no, how dare he, right? And so that was just what I needed to make a comeback. And not only did we come back, but we quadrupled our numbers. My husband became a jewel, and I went Diamond the first time with 0 jewels to re-rank Diamond with 9 new jewels. So don't you dare give up.
Hey y'all, I'm Natalie Dolan, Sapphire Brand Ambassador. I've been doing Plexus for 6.5 years, and I have failed my way forward
all the way to where I am now. I had to go through tons of rejection, tons of no's, tons of failures, people quitting on me, being shocked, being surprised. I was stuck at Senior Ruby for 2 years. I went for Emerald and missed it, and then spent another year trying to get back up to Emerald. Hitting Emerald was great, but I learned so much more from the journey. Then I hit Sapphire this year, and then this year I also went for Diamond and missed it. And it was a much bigger gift not hitting Diamond, because it set me into place for where I needed to go. It opened my eyes to the areas that I needed to be refined. It made me hungry to become and embody the person that I need to be in order to be a diamond. And so embrace every challenge, embrace every obstacle. It is a gift, and it refines you, and it refines your character into who you need to be, you guys. And that is the biggest gift of all.
Hey guys, Diamond Ambassador Sally Lewis here, and I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about a time where I felt stuck in my business and the belief that I had to have in order to move forward and keep going. Early on in my business, I had heard that if you don't quit, you will make it to the top. And so my first 18 months of this business was silver to emerald. And so I didn't really understand what that would mean to me later on. But then after that first 18 months of forward motion and growth, I was steady at Emerald for 3 years. And I say steady instead of stuck because that was the mindset that I needed. I needed that mindset of being steady because that was a grateful place in my heart where I knew I had a paycheck coming in. I knew that I had this foundation of people that were ordering products and that were working with me, but it also allowed me to have the headspace to grow forward and find the people that were going to work with me to get our team to the next level and want to run with me to become a jewel of their own. So make sure that you can focus on gratitude instead of having a pity party, and that will allow you to grow forward.
Hey friends, happy new year. Brian Coolidge here, proud diamond with Plexus. And I want to come at you real quick and just give you some encouragement in this season, because we all have different struggles. But one common thing that I know that I go through, whether it's somebody that I think is going to be a forever person and they kind of slump with the business, or my points start to fall back, or maybe I'm going for a really big goal and I didn't quite hit it. One thing that no matter what we have with the struggles, that a lot of us have in common is we buffer. And so in this season, I want you to name your struggle, and then I want you to self-audit for a few days, even a week. And I want you to see what you do to buffer. And what I mean by that is when you think about those hard things in your business, doing those reach outs, putting up that post, what is it that you go to instead? I found myself cleaning garbage cans the other day, like actually scrubbing out garbage cans, because it felt busy, right? It felt like I was doing something productive, but what I was really doing was avoiding the hard work. So self-audit. What's your struggle in this season? Get really real with yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But when we know the struggle and we can sense what we're doing to avoid the struggle, that's when we can really dive in. Stop buffering, start doing. You've got this, friend.
So I remember when I was senior gold and I had the worst December ever. I recruited one person. Our team's ads were lower than they had been ever since I had started. And I could have chosen to feel very, very, very discouraged. But I was currently reading the book Secret Code to Success, and it kept talking about how you don't need to compare yourself. And it kept talking about how great leaders repeat things over and over and over again. And I was watching lots of training videos during this time because I was trying to figure out what was next. How do I go to the next level? How do I figure this out? And I kept seeing this repeated message of everything is figure outable. And so I had to believe that everything is figure outable, that I just had to grow through whatever it was that was happening. And I had to keep repeating the things that I knew great leaders did. I knew great leaders were sharing message examples. I knew that they were being consistent on their posting and in their IPA. I knew that they were getting in the trenches with their teams. And so I had to believe that if I did all of that, we would get to where we wanted to go. And I remember the day we went diamond, somebody said, well, tell me your takeaway. Like, what did you learn? Like, tell me all the things. Like, they wanted this like great, insightful thing. And the thing that I said was, it works. Everything that everybody ever told me, all the diamonds, all the videos that I had watched, all of them that had followed, it works. They were right. That all I had to do was figure out the next step. And I had to keep repeating the things that I was doing that were working and the great leaders do. And I couldn't get tired of doing those, even when threads were quiet, even when I had nobody else running with me. And y'all, they were right.
Hey friends, Jamie Haskin, Diamond Ambassador. I could give you many examples of where I feel like I felt short or failed as a leader, but I want to talk to you guys about when things are in momentum and you feel like they're going great and you have a timeline and you have your vision and your belief, but then things maybe slow down or come to a halt a bit. For me, that was from Emerald to Sapphire was more than double the time as it was from Silver to Emerald. So we were in momentum. I just expected it to keep going, right? You're running. And two things with that. One, when things did slow down, my vision and my belief never changed. That stayed the same. It was just the timeline that was going to adjust. But because I was strong in that, I also was thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to keep going and it's going to naturally pick up, right? But I had to do one step further. It's not sometimes just enough to have that strong vision and belief, but also know as a leader, what next steps do I need to take charge and to take action and to lead. So for me, it was, I needed to create new business builders and I needed to lead the front with my team on that. So not only, focusing on them, but focusing on creating new business builders myself and taking action. So keep that belief and vision, but also what do you have to do to take action for that?
Well,
Research shows nostalgia can help you remember ads.
huh?
Customize and save.
Hold
Liberty Media.
on. Y'all hear that? I think that was the next YouTube video playing. Gracious. Okay, so many things stood out to me. I've watched that probably 4 or 5 different times today, just trying to make tweaks and I loved it all. And what I really loved the most was that they made that video specifically for you guys. I shared with them kind of where I felt like our team was and what our team was feeling and needing. And they took the time. If you were to add up our income, you guys, you realize that's multi-million. Like if you just the fact that they would carve out time to think about you guys specifically, to reminisce on their own journey, to open up some of those. I mean, some of those are wounds. They're painful. Y'all, can you imagine ending at $14.99? I'm just saying, like, painful. Okay. I mean, I missed Senior Ruby by one person before, but it doesn't hit quite the same as Emerald. But they were willing to just share their encouragement. And you guys, these are people that I know and love and trust. And so when they say, stay the course, stay with it, it's worth it. I hope that it hits differently than when me or Britt or Ape, like when any of us say it. Sometimes comfort, or what is it? Comfort. I don't know. Proximity breeds comfort. We forget, but I hope, those are top level leaders in our company and they are telling you the same thing. It's worth it. You are capable of figuring things out. You have a responsibility to figure things out because, guys, your struggle could one day be someone's breakthrough. And so embrace it, learn from it, and then move forward. So happy 2023. I cannot wait to see what you guys create this year. Just know we're here the whole way. We're not going anywhere. And we got you and you got you. You are more than enough. So, all right. Night, guys.